I have a bunch of questions now. I have from very basic to more niche. But niche for me is anybody who knows what CC and BB creams are. I actually had to Google that. Um, so I'll start with more skincare and makeup. So if you have dermatitis or rosacea or sensitive skin, how do you approach makeup? What should you, I mean, do you cover or do you allow or?
Well, first of all, if you have those skin issues, you want to make sure you're taking care of them, like, doing whatever skincare products or whatever to try and take care of the issue. And if you do need to cover up, so you have to go somewhere you need to cover up, look for products that are that have some skin benefits, like, with vitamins, like antioxidants, or and products that are non pore clogging, hyperallergenic products. Keep it light. Like I said, because you don't want to, the whole thing is to let your face breathe. So if you do need to wear, put makeup on, just keep it light. Look for products that have ingredients like hyaluronic acid, that helps to, lock moisture into the skin, like glycerin, things like that. So everyone's going to be different depending on the skin issue. So it's important to know what you're sensitive to, if you have skin sensitivities to certain products or ingredients, and it's just about reading your labels. But I always find, if you find products with hyaluronic acid, like skins that have products that have some skin benefits to them, and also that won't clog your pores, and then also with skin cleansing afterwards.
Let's go a step back, because I think, as you mentioned before, that's the prime thing, is skincare as your foundation for makeup. So how would you prepare skin for makeup, and how would you remove makeup?
Yeah, so before applying makeup, you want to make sure you moisturize. So whatever products you choose that you use, whether it's moisturizing oil or moisturizer, lotion, or cream. So always moisturize first. Never. You don't want to put makeup right on your, just after just wash your face, right on your raw skin. So always do a good moisturizer first, and if you have time, just let it sit for a couple minutes before you apply your foundation or your cream, whatever you're going to put on afterwards, powder. And sometimes it doesn't have to be foundation. Some are just a good powder, foundation powder you can use. And then cleaning your makeup afterwards. I always tell people it's kind of like putting your face through a car wash. So because you have, when you go through cars, you have the pre-wash first before you get to the wash. Well, it's same with cleaning your face. If you have a lot of makeup on, you want to remove the makeup first. Whether you use whatever makeup remover, whether it's a wipe or a liquid makeup remover, and then go on your skin cleanser. So you don't want to put the cleanser where you have a whole bunch of foundation on or makeup, but then you're just rubbing all that into the skin. So kind of clean the makeup off first, most of it anyways, and then use your skincare, your cleanser.
And do you have recommendations for both a makeup remover and
cleansers?
A cleanser, what, especially for women our age or women with skin sensitivities, what would you recommend?
Yeah, so I will say again, look for products that have hyaluronic acid in them, glycerin, even with the cleanser and your moisturizer or oils. I like natural products. I use a lot of natural oils. I can never pronounce it properly. Ayurveda. Ayurveda, yeah. I use that one day and night, and I love it. Even when you read all the reviews, people's reviews, everything is bang on. I started using that probably about 3 years ago, and it's like everything it says, like, and it's all natural ingredients, like all natural herbs and plants, no chemicals, no parabens, all that stuff. So I like natural ingredients. I also sometimes I'll use like pure shea butter, or
Yes,
cocoa butter. Yeah.
yes, yes. Mango butter.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Um,
yeah,
especially when
that
I go down to Dominican, the Dominican, like they get such great, like just clean, pure products that you get, like the
like
cocoa
raw,
butter, raw,
unprocessed.
raw.
Yeah,
Yep, and I always bring back some of it, the raw cocoa
yeah.
butter. Even though here you can get it here too, like pure African shea butter. So I like natural stuff. I try to stay away from a lot of stuff with like a lot of like different chemicals and too much unnatural ingredients in them.
Yeah, shea butter, I have to say, is like if you only can buy one thing, that would be it because it's great for hair, for curly hair.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for both hair and skin.
Oh yeah, and I also love like organ oil is another good one.
Yeah.
Organ oil, or avocado oil. And I
Yes.
would say all these like what's the other one?
Yeah.
Jojoba oil. Kind of a one-stop shop because you use it for your face
Yeah.
and hair.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I would say like so try and find products that are just more natural ingredients. Like try and if you can't stay away from products that have just a lot of chemicals in them. And then everyone's different too. Just because something is good for you doesn't mean it's good for everyone. Like if you have like skin allergy, like say like avocado oil is good for the skin, but if you have allergies to latex or avocado, then obviously that's not one for you. So you also have to be aware of your own skin sensitivities, but keep it as natural as you can.
That's such a good point because I think some people forget that if you're allergic to nuts as an edible, you're going to be allergic to the nut oils in most cases. So,
Exactly.
and I think we all forget about that, right? But yeah, stay away from walnut oil and macadamia if you're allergic to nuts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Avocado oil. If you're allergic to latex, that won't be a good one for you either. So yeah, so like I say, it's just like food. Just because something's good for you doesn't mean everyone can eat it. Because if you have an allergy or sensitivity, then obviously that's not going to be one for you.
Another basic question. We often hear about this the differences between drugstore and sort of more luxury label brands. Like, how big is the difference? And if we want to spend money, where should our dollars go is basically what I'm asking.
I say like just because something's luxury and costs like a lot of money doesn't necessarily mean it's good. A lot of times you're just paying for the brand name. You can get some great products in the drugstore. There are some good drugstore brands, and like I say, you can go for more luxury brands. But like I say, you don't have to spend a lot of money for good skincare. And I find a lot of the products there are just more natural ingredients, are very affordable, and actually last you a longer time. Like you get a little more bang for your buck.
Yes, and another thing is if you buy products that are oil based and have no water, they will last for a very long time.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like the oil, like the Ayurveda, like
yeah.
my cocoa butter, like this all. You just like a little bit goes a long way.
A little bit goes a long way, and you don't need preservatives if all the ingredients are oil.
Natural,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Should women in our age group change the way they do makeup?
Um, yeah, your makeup routine does change a little bit as you get older. Like, I mean, you're not going to be doing your makeup the same way in your 50s and 60s you did when you were 20s. But you also you have to be aware, like, your face shape changes, your skin texture changes. So, yeah, how you apply makeup is going to be a little bit different than when you were younger. And I find as you get older, less is actually more. Like, so maybe when you're younger, might see some older women, make this, mistake, where like, say for eyeliner, like they're still putting on like the really heavy eyeliner, where when you get older, it doesn't quite look as well. Actually, I find it emphasizes your imperfections even more. So like I said, like, as you get older, to me, the focus is to be on your skin. Just makeup just enough to even out your skin tone. That can make like a big world of difference right there. And if you just put a little bit of light, shadows on the eyes, if you want to. I find like, filling in your brows, because that shapes the face, so if you want to fill in your brows a little bit, just give you a little bit more definition. But yeah, I find less is more as you get older.
Yeah.
And then everyone's different, like I said, and makeup is a form of expression. So, some women, want to wear more makeup, and then that's fine. But if you're thinking, oh, no, I got to wear a lot more makeup because I'm older, well, I find it's the opposite. I think it's better if you wear a little less makeup.
I think that's so true. I think it's counterintuitive because we feel we have more to cover, right?
Yeah.
Our bags, our wrinkles. So we want to put more stuff.
But fun, yeah, and that could emphasize it even more.
Yeah.
Yes, you can't like that. And then the colors you use when you're younger too, won't necessarily look the same. On you like now. I know as you've gotten older, like when you're in your 50s and 60s, the same way you did when you're in your 20s and 30s.
Are you saying no blue eyeshadow?
Well, it has its place somewhere, but maybe not.
Well, talking about older skin and the dilemma of cream or powder foundation, because I think all women, once they got into makeup, were basically taught to avoid powders as you age because it sort of emphasizes the creases more. So, what's your take?
Well, it's true. Like again, it all depends on everyone's style. If your skin has a lot of lines, a lot of texture, then yes, you want to try and avoid the powder if you can.
I like texture. That's a great euphemism. I'll just say that all the time. I have a lot of
Yeah, well, the whole point is you want to keep it light. You want to because the more you pack on, the more you emphasize. And then part of it could be, and then also you want to keep, it's like to have like that dewiness to your skin. Whereas, you put too much powder on, you just end up mattifying it. And like I said, emphasizing more, your lines and your textures, powder has its place. And then at the same time, you can powder, but you don't necessarily have to powder your whole face. Maybe just certain areas that get like really greasy, maybe just put a light little tap on there. But yeah, try to, again, everyone's different, but if you have a lot of lines, try to minimize it, avoid it like right under your eyes, let's say.
I'll do a personal question, and that is I have always been wary of toxic cosmetics. So I tend to use, when I use makeup, mineral makeup.
Mm-hmm.
But then I find that it disappears really quickly.
Yeah.
So is there any way to sort of have it sort of
last longer?
Yeah.
You could try, have you used primers?
I told you, Desiree, that nothing.
No, that's okay.
I'm not exaggerating.
That's okay. No, that's okay. But I would say that you can try primer underneath, and because primers help to hold your makeup longer. But then again, that's another layer you're adding. So if you want to just keep it simple, maybe just try, because there are brands out there that are like that will last longer. Like, what brands have you tried?
Oh, I can't remember the You know what? Whenever I open my medicine cabinet and look at my makeup, I think of you and I say, thank God Desiree's not here because it's really a pathetic collection. And I was going to ask, is probably one I shouldn't still have, because I was going to ask, what's hygiene sanitation rule about how long you can keep your makeup?
The expiry, well, anything powder will last a long time. You can keep those for a few years, especially if you keep them clean. Liquids and creams, they'll expire. It could be anything from 6 months to 2 years, depending on the product. But if you've had anything cream or liquid in there for more than a couple of years, it's probably time to let it go. Well, you see, that's why I stopped buying makeup for myself, because I don't use it, and then it just sits there, and then every once in a while I'll go through my stuff, and even when we were packing to move last year, I threw a whole bunch of makeup products, my own stuff, because it's just not, I'm not using it, and I know I won't be using it anytime soon. So what's the point of keeping it? That's why I don't buy makeup for myself anymore.
Yeah, and I gathered that we're not alone, and that travel sizes and everything are taking off for that reason, right?
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Like, a lot of places, especially stores like Sephora, or even a lot of the counters, the beauty counters, you can get travel size, and I will say that's a good way to go. Especially if you don't use a lot of makeup, just get the travel size rather than wasting your money. Because if you're going to buy a big ball of foundation, you're only going to use it 3-4 times a year, then what's the point?
Exactly. What's the point?
Yeah. And but then as long as you keep them clean, and then if you use like makeup brushes, depending on how often you use them, wash them once a week, once a month, depending on how often you're using them.
And how long can they last?
Makeup brushes?
Yeah.
Oh, they can last forever if you take care of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, great. Don't worry, because I have very, very few.
Yeah, but that's okay, remember. Like I said, like makeup doesn't have to be a big thing for everybody.
Right.
Like I said, even I do makeup, but I don't wear makeup. So don't feel bad if you have no makeup. If you ask me to show you my personal makeup kit, it'll be like nothing. I decided now if I need something, I'll just take it out of my professional kit and I'll just scoop it out of there, because what's the point of me having my stuff just sitting there?
I totally get that. Okay, another question, another personal question, and I think you sort of alluded to it earlier, and that is, I've never really found a foundation that works for me, because I basically have two-toned skin. Like my forehead and my mouth area are much darker than my cheeks and eye area, and a lot of that is Mediterranean heritage, where you're naturally, especially post-menopause, darker in those areas. So what do? I find I use like a lot of concealer, and then I put foundation on top, and it doesn't seem to make a difference. So what do I do?
Yeah, so a lot of times, because it's the same, like, with dark skin, like we have a lot of hyperpigmentation. Like I'm saying, I'm dark around my mouth, a little bit here, dark on my forehead. So a lot of times you end up just having to have two different colors.
Yes.
Like now I've used two different colors on myself today, just because I have different, and I'm both I'm both yellow and red undertones. So that's pretty much, you just have to have just have a shade, like, you have your base, and then just have a shade, maybe 1 or 2 shades a little lighter than your normal shade for those different color areas, darker areas.
So basically 2 foundations.
Yes, you just have one, like just 2 shades apart.
2 shades apart.
Yeah.
2
Yeah, 1 to 2 shades apart, depending on how much of a
How
difference.
much
Yeah,
difference there is.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, that's pretty much what you get. But like, like I said, Mediterranean, black women are all the same. It just there's
Yes.
no one skin tone, even just all
Exactly.
different discolorations.
Right. And so what do you do about bags?
Yeah, so for back, so there you want to go a little lighter. So whether you can use like something a little heavier than your foundation, depending on what your foundation is, but a little lighter concealer under there, to help cover that up a little bit. And then let's say no, and if you like say you really want to get done up for photos or something, you could try putting in just a little bit of something with a little bit of orange tint to it, first,
Oh,
and
no,
then
no. If it comes to that, I call you.
yeah,
That's like a level
yeah.
too far.
Well, yeah, just to light a color under there. And like I said, the drugstore, like one of my favorite drugstore brands is Revlon Color Stay. Their foundation, and they also have the fuller coverage foundation, and you can use fuller coverage foundation has a concealer as well. You don't have to have a specific, like, it doesn't have to specifically be concealer. It could just be like a heavier foundation. But yeah, just go with something lighter color, something a little heavier for under the eyes. Like I said, but still keep it light. You don't have to like pack it on heavy.
Right. Okay, this is a revelation for me. Okay. So I do have a question from my page, and that is thoughts and advice on whether women of a certain age, that's like us, who don't wear makeup or wear minimal, should consider a BB cream or a CC cream, or if neither, or what the difference even is. And I want sunscreen and sheerness too. So this is when I had to go to Google because I didn't know what BB cream or CC cream was. So maybe define those first. And I'm intrigued by the sunscreen issue because should we wear it separately, or should we buy foundation with SPF already?
Yeah, either one. So I would say, like for sunscreen, like I said, your sunscreen is your best protector. And so apart from moisturizer, if you wear makeup, especially you can be out in the sun, put your sunscreen on first, and then you makeup on top. But the good thing with BB creams and CC creams, a lot of them have SPF in them. CC creams, sometimes you can get a higher SPF in those, but the difference is like they're both, if you just want a light coverage. Apart from a tinted moisturizer, if you need a little bit more than that, BB creams are great because they have a little more skin benefits, like vitamins, antioxidants, and that, and also you can get them with SPF in them. So it'll give you a lighter coverage. They have it also has have built-in primers in them, so it helps to kind of diffuse your pores a little bit more if you have pores or fine lines. Where CC cream, pretty much the same thing, but still just a little bit heavier. And it's more, it could be more of a corrective if you have redness, more of a cover for redness and more blemishes or things like that. But it can also have SPF. So that's another good thing. Sunscreen, apart from moisturizer, is your number 2 or number 1 as far as your skincare. Very important because that's you want to protect your skin.
So moisturizer, sunscreen, makeup,
or like I say, you could. There's a lot of, even foundation. There's a lot of makeup products that have SPF in them.
Yeah.
So if you a lot of them, you can even up to, I've seen them up to 30. 15, 20, 30. So yes, if you again, if you want to minimize all the different layers, always moisturize, and then your makeup with your sunscreen. And if you have a makeup that doesn't have sunscreen, you can be out the sun and put some sunscreen on before your
Before
CC
you're
cream, foundation, powder, whatever you're going to use. And there's even powders that have sunscreen in them as well. There's powder foundation that have sunscreen in them.
So CC cream then is mostly more coverage for blemishes then.
Yeah, so it gives you full coverage if you have like redness or blemishes. Whereas BB creams give you coverage, but it's lighter.
So it's more sheer?
Yes, yeah. So it's a more sheer. But again, every brand, and the thing with those though, every brand is different. A CC cream in one brand could be light, whereas another one could be thicker and heavier. So again,
so it's a bit hit and miss.
Yeah, it's not so much hit and miss. They just do them differently. So again, just finding that one that that you like that works for you. So that if you want, whether you want a lighter coverage or a heavier coverage. One brand I really like, I use a lot of some shows too. Is It Cosmetics. Their CC creams are really nice. They're very light, but they give good coverage. Very blendable, and you can build them too. You can put them from sheer. If you want a heavy, you can build up on it. Another thing too, I tell women when applying makeup, if you need a fuller coverage, don't just put it on heavy all at once. Like layer it, like put a layer on first, and then if you need more certain areas, then you can add. But don't just blob a whole bunch on at one time.
Oh, okay. So you want to do a very light covering, or should you just focus on your trouble spots? Or
yeah, it depends. Like I said, sometimes if you've got good skin, but you just have you just want to cover up, under the eyes, or
right, or the nose area.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just do those areas. You don't have to do the full face if you don't need it. You can just do certain areas that need it. And then just get, color that blends into your skin. So it doesn't always have to be the whole face if you don't need the whole face.
Oh, there we go. Learning so much.
Yeah, something you just conceal on your eyes is all you need, So,
right.
So you don't have to feel like you always have to do a whole full face of makeup if you don't need it or want it.
Right. Well, neck firming and neck wrinkles, especially if you're on camera, they always seem so pronounced, and you want to wear a scarf or wear your hair long.
Well, the same thing. You can just bring some of your makeup down to your neck, just to blend it in. And I know like some people they'll have like a lot of redness in the neck area or the chest. So yeah, just blend your makeup down.
Okay.
And I find today, especially today, because we're like this all the time on our phones.
Yes.
And one time I look at my neck and I was like, what? And I realized it's probably because you're like this all the time. So that time I'm on my phone, I try to go like this, so I keep my head up a little more.
No, but this is also, and this as a personal trainer, tech head is terrible for our alignment, right?
Yes, yeah.
And bad for our shoulders because we cave them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so even when I'm on a computer, I try and be conscious of I find myself slumping, put myself back and, yeah. Because you find if you're not paying attention, you spend a lot of time like this.
Yeah, not good for our neck.
Their neck or backs or shoulders.
Pops of color are trendy. How can women our age do this without looking washed out or looking as if they're trying too hard to be younger or trendy? How do you get that whimsy and pull it off as a older woman?
Yeah, and you totally can. Just like say, you just keep it light, and then any color, like whatever color suits you, whatever color goes with your skin or whatever, just keep it light and then just stay away from the shimmers. Like some shimmer shadows with shimmer, the shimmers in them.
Yeah.
And then that just emphasizes, your textures or whatever. Like more. So keep it more of a matte or more of like a softer finish.
Right.
But yeah, just
So
try to stay away from the shimmers.
yeah, less glitter, more
Yeah,
glam.
yeah, that's good and more glam. But yeah, no, you totally pull it off. Pop the color on there. Even as you're older.
Oh, that's good. I think I have asked all my questions. Yes, that's all the. I've only peppered you with like 24 makeup questions,
That's
but
okay.
it was a revelation. I learned an awful lot. So
Oh,
thank
good.
you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I was thinking, you know what would be awesome is an actual tutorial where you maybe where you can put makeup on me and teach me how to actually do it, but also as a way to teach other people, right?
Oh yeah, and then
To, yeah.
and I want to get back to doing all that. Like I said, in the last couple of years, like I said, I haven't really done anything, with freelance, with COVID. And then the
Yeah.
first year was just trying to figure out how to get back into it. And then I go back, in film. And it's kind of got caught up in film the last few years. But yeah, no, I totally want to, because that's what I enjoy. Like I love doing that, like just sharing and just, teaching people. And, that's what I really enjoy doing.
Yeah, I can tell because you're glowing.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like, I've even lately I've been thinking more of it. And even when I look through some of my other stuff, and like everything still brings a big smile to my face.
I still wish you can teach me how to weight lift.
Oh yeah, but that's another thing I still like. My fitness is a big part of me still. That's like, well, it's number one. Like it's non-negotiable. That's why now work a limited amount in the business, and I can film because the hours long, it takes up a lot of your time. But I've got to have my fitness. That's just part of me is who I've been since I was a kid.
Yeah. And I know you go all out. So how do you incorporate that? Because your film days are like 12 hours or more, right?
Oh yeah, and I usually don't get it in on the film days. That's why I limit how many days I work, because a lot of times, the days are long, 12 hours, 15, 16 sometimes. So yeah, so no, I don't get a workout in on my film days. That's why I limit how many days I work. So I do have days to myself to get my,
That's awesome.
to get my workouts and my fitness in.
Yeah.
And then after a long day, I'm too tired. I'm not young anymore. The last thing I want to do is work out after a 12-hour day.
Who wins the bench press contest, you or Lavana?
Well, I love the one that ever bench press, so it'll probably still be me.
Yeah, there you go. Power to the moms.
Yeah, even though I train different now since I've been retired from competing, but I still like to train. I still like to train hard. And I train differently now, but I like to push it. It just makes me feel good. Like if I enjoy working out, I enjoy the way it makes me feel. It's like I always tell people when it's like that's my non-negotiable.
Yeah, I mean, endorphins. It just feels. Sometimes I find it's hard to describe what the feeling is, but it's just really being you whole in the now and feeling that even though it's hard and sometimes painful, that you can do it.
It is, I know. Like, yeah, you could do a set of something, or you'd be like in pain or totally out of breath, but it's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's the best.
It is.
I should add when it's over. It's not the best feeling necessarily when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But when it's over, you just feel so awesome, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah. Like I said, and some days, I have to push myself to work out. You're tired or whatever, but once you do it and get going, like, you feel so good afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much. I'm so
you.
sorry that the first hour was tech.
Oh yeah, no apologies.
But thank you so much for the conversation and your insights and your advice. and I look forward to more in both makeup and fitness. And thank you just so much for the time.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. That was great. I
My
look forward
pleasure always.
Okay. Thanks, Vera. See you next time.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.